This is Kim Speedy from 10 Sigma. Welcome to episode 51 of Transition Tuesday. Before we get started, I want to thank everyone who participated in helping us celebrate our 50th Transition Tuesday episode. This week we're going to talk about increasing students' independence in the workplace. Right now I'm going to switch over to a short slide presentation to share some information. According to a variety of sources, the ability to work independently with minimal supervision is in the top 10 skills employers want their employees to possess. There are three main areas to focus on when working on increasing students' independence in the workplace. The first area of focus is teaching the students prerequisites. They need to understand the job responsibilities and then practice performing them. They need to understand job safety procedures, both general and specific. They need to be able to follow directions. And what I mean by this is following directions can either be verbal, written, or visual, or all three depending on the student's level of functioning. And they need to take initiative and be persistent in completing their tasks and have a plan to help them solve problems. And the plan can't be to not do the task or have the job coach or supervisor do it for them. In other words, they need to learn problem-solving skills. Obviously, these prerequisites are not one-time and you're done tasks. They are a combination of smaller skills that need to be broken down into smaller pieces and practiced. In order to teach students these prerequisites, here are some scaffolding techniques. Make sure each student has a specific job responsibility, job safety, rubric, or checklist. An example of a specific job responsibility for a janitor or a cleaner would be clean building floors, gather and empty trash, service, clean, and supply restrooms. You can Google a list of job responsibilities for almost any job, and you can also break down the job responsibilities further. For example, the clean building floors, you could put vacuuming, sweeping, mopping, etc. And of course, you could even go further for some students, like pick up the chairs and put them on the table, get the vacuum out of the storage closet, plug it in, turn it on, and vacuum the carpet. Provide modeling and role-playing of the tasks that the student needs to be doing at their job. You can provide graphic organizers. You can also provide pictures and charts of how tasks are supposed to be completed, and videos, which again can be found on the internet, or you can make some of your own videos. The second area to focus on when increasing students' independence in the workplace is communication. You want to make sure that everyone who will be working with the student knows the student's capabilities and make sure this job is the right fit or can be. Talk to the employer about what they expect and explain that the student will be learning as they work and may make some mistakes from time to time. As long as it's not a safety issue, tell the employer that we will be encouraging the student to work as independently as possible. Also, ask if there's an employee that could be a mentor, and if so, if you could speak to them about providing the appropriate help to the student. One that the student can ask questions. Not only does this help the student with learning to work with coworkers, it also somewhat takes away the need for the student to solely rely on the teacher, para, or job coach for help. The goal is for the student to become a good employee, that is, an independent worker that requires minimal supervision. If the student has or will have a job coach that has not been trained in this line of work, make sure the job coach has the appropriate training, that they understand the student's capabilities, that they know that they are to give the student support, but they're not supposed to actually be doing the work for the student. And sometimes it's okay to be unavailable to give the student the opportunity to problem solve and to allow the student to make mistakes as long as it doesn't jeopardize anyone's safety. And lastly, in the area of communication, make sure the employer, job coach, student, and parents have a copy of the job responsibilities and safety rubrics or checklists. And the third area to focus on when increasing students' independence in the workplace is providing feedback. Use the rubrics or checklists to provide consistent and specific feedback to the student. How often you need to provide this feedback will vary depending on the student's need. Encourage students to evaluate their job performance. Give them time to ask questions for tasks that they don't understand how to do, and to set goals that will increase their independence in the workplace. And finally, review and reteach prerequisites as needed. For today's bonus, we'll be sending you 10 Sigma's Work Independently with Limited Supervision rubric.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you use this information to help your students increase their independence. Be sure to check your email for the bonus we just sent over. If this is the first time you've ever seen an episode of Transition Tuesday, click the link below to receive the bonus. Be sure to like and share the video and leave a comment or suggestion for a future episode of Transition Tuesday. Have a great week. See you next Tuesday.